what you have to look at is put everything into context. 129 sites for Africa with 54 countries. Italy this year got 50 sites. So we're still a way to go. However, we are celebrating what was done by Botswana, putting the Okavango onto the World Heritage List. This is one of the iconic sites in the world. Even before it became a World Heritage Site, everyone was clamoring that the Okavango should be on that list. It's well known for its natural beauty. It's one of the, if you like, from my side, wonders of the world. I had the opportunity to visit it, and it was breathtaking. And I don't think anyone who goes there will be disappointed. It's very important for Botswana as well, because this is their second site. So now they have two, Tsolilo Hills and the Okavango Delta. For Africa, again, the Delta, this is probably the beginning, because as you know, the Delta also goes into Angola and into Namibia. We hope that in time, Angola and Namibia will also join and make one big site, trans-frontier site, which we can all be proud of.
Tell us, why is it important to recognize these beautiful spaces around the continent as World Heritage Sites?
Well, World Heritage is a brand. If you like, you can look at it from a tourism perspective. We just mentioned the number of sites in Africa, but also I mentioned the fact that Italy has 50 World Heritage Sites. Italy doesn't have diamonds, it doesn't have oil. They have a heritage, and the economy is ticking. So World Heritage Sites as a brand can also bring benefits to communities in those areas where they are designated. Jobs, tourism flourishes, infrastructure development. In fact, one of the good examples also comes from Botswana with the Tsolilo Hills, which before its nomination, the area was really sort of down in terms of development. There was poverty and issues like that. But once it was nominated, Botswana took it upon themselves to say they want to manage this site as an exemplary site and make sure that the communities benefit. And together with companies in Botswana, they have been able to do that. You can clearly see the results in terms of the people, the villages, the houses they're building now are far much better than what they were doing before it was nominated. So it's not just a prestigious list. I think we have to look at beyond just putting this site there. It must benefit communities. And above all, in many countries, World Heritage Sites also play a social role, social cohesion. People can come together. I'm just thinking in terms like if you think of Zimbabwe, with Great Zimbabwe, which is a site which gives the country a name. So there are many roles for World Heritage. So we shouldn't just look at it as, a prestigious list. I think it has an economic benefit, it has a social benefit as well.
Well, UNESCO also has what they refer to as a danger list, with Africa being home to 44% of the sites on that list. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, the process is that once you are on the list, there are certain standards which you have to maintain. Because when you put that list, or when you put that site on this list, you are saying it is a site which has to be shared by the world. What is commonly referred to as the outstanding universal value. You want the world to also contribute to its maintenance, but above that, the country itself has got to put management mechanism into the whole thing. Why do we have so many sites in Africa on our danger list? First of all, let's face it, most of the sites on the danger list are in conflict areas. 5 of them in DRC. We all know that there has been a war going on for a long time. The other sites are also the 2 sites in Timbuktu and Gao in Mali. Again, conflict. But at times also these sites come to the danger list because of management. I'm glad to say that one of the sites which did that was Kilwa Kisiwani in Tanzania, which was on the danger list for many years. But again, through the African World Heritage Fund, together with the Tanzanian government, this year in Qatar, it was removed from that list. The other sites, we all know again the problems of Africa, poaching, for example. I'm sure we have heard of Kruger and the rhinos. And one of the sites which has gone onto the danger list is Selous because of increased poaching activities in the area. So these are some of the problems which lead our sites to danger listing. And also we need to make sure that our governments take these things much more seriously.
And when you mentioned Timbuktu early on, that did, of course, bring about a lot of controversy around the world with regards to what was happening at the World Heritage Sites. And to some extent, one blames government, but also, is it part of your organization's job, really, to inspire citizens to buy into the concept of protecting their World Heritage Sites?
One of the reasons why the process of nominating takes long, for example, we are all celebrating about Okavango. It took more than 5 years for the Botswana government to put it onto the list because of the stakeholder processes which have to take place. The communities have to agree. For them to agree, they must see what is the benefit coming out of this. True, in some cases, perhaps communities have not been involved to the level which we would want to see. But certainly, with the training courses we run, we try and inculcate the spirit that you can't nominate without the communities. The communities have to be in it. They have to own it. It's their heritage. It's not, the heritage doesn't belong to experts. It doesn't belong to UNESCO. And to that matter, it doesn't belong to government. It belongs to the communities. And they have to be involved, not just as beneficiaries, because benefiting from it also means responsibilities. And they have to be part and parcel of the management system.
Now, just very quickly, of course, congratulations to the Okavango Delta in Botswana, but are there any other African sites that you see being added to that list in the near future?
Certainly, yes. We are working very hard with the government of Zambia for the Barotse cultural landscape to be nominated. We have probably more than 30 sites which are in the pipeline, which we hope in the next 5 to 10 years we will be able to put on the list. There are some sites in Guinea-Bissau, Bejagos, which is also another natural beauty which almost compares with Okavango in terms of its natural beauty. We have sites in Benin, Pandiagari, which is also a very important site. We also have sites in Malawi, Mount Mulanje, which again has both cultural and natural beauty. We are working with these different governments so that we can nominate them in future.
Know more about your world.
enca.com